back to my channel. In today's video, we'll see how to use Prometheus for monitoring on Google Cloud. So in this lab, we'll deploy the managed service for Prometheus to a GKE cluster. So here GK is nothing but Kubernetes engine. Then we'll deploy a Python application to monitor, create a cloud monitoring dashboard to view metrics collected. So let's start the lab. So we have logged into the console now. You can click on Activate Cloud Shell. Click on Continue. Open this in new window. So let's go through the first task. Set up a Google Kubernetes engine cluster. So using this command, we will be creating a cluster. Gcloud beta container cluster create. Here this is the cluster name and number of nodes will be 1. And in US East 4A we are creating this cluster. And here we need to enable this Prometheus service. So this flag is very important because we need to monitor the environment using Prometheus. So that's why we have to enable this Prometheus service by executing this command. So first we will create a cluster and we will enable the Prometheus service on that cluster. So let's copy this. So now the cluster is created. So once that is done, we need to execute this command gcloud container cluster get credential. Here we are passing the cluster name and the zone. So by executing this command, we will be authenticating to the cluster. So let's copy this. This is very important. So this kube config entry gets generated for this cluster. So once that is done, let's proceed with task 2, deploy the Prometheus service. So to deploy the Prometheus service, we will create a namespace by the name GMP test. So here NS means namespace. So let's copy this, execute it here. It will create a namespace. So now it is created. So after that is done, let's deploy the application. Deploy a simple application which emits metrics. So here we need to execute kubectl -n. -n is the namespace here and the namespace name is gmp-test. Then we need to apply. So for deploy, we are making use of this YAML file, flask deployment.yaml file. So this, you can just copy this and open this. So this file configures the HelloWorld app which serves public web traffic. So this is a simple Hello app application. So we are deploying the application with this configuration. So that deployment configuration we have defined it here. So first we are deploying the application. Post that we are also deploying the service. So first let's deploy the application. So copy this. So this deployment is created. You can execute this command kubectl get deployments -n. So -n means namespace. So here you can see this is the deployment. So we have deployed this application now. You can go back. Next we will be deploying this flash service.yaml. So let's copy this in a cloud shell. So now it has exposed the application. You can execute this command kubectl get service. So here you can see the difference. When we execute this kubectl get service -n gmp-test, so it will show this hello application. So this is hello service. So here you can find the service details. External IP is still pending. Since we have created Since we have deployed the application and this namespace and we have exposed the service, we have to ensure that we pass the namespace name here. So again, when we execute this command, so now the external IP is there. So you can just copy that external IP and open it in a new tab. This is a simple HelloWorld application. You are getting this message. So once that is done, verify that this simple Python Flask app is serving metrics with the following command. Since we have enabled the Prometheus service on the cluster, we have to verify whether this application is service metrics or not by executing this command. So let's copy this. So once that is done, let's copy this. We are calling that. Let me execute it here again. So you should get this message. So next we need to tell Prometheus where to begin scrapping the metrics by applying the pod monitoring file. So here we have this pod deploy.yaml file. So to read this contents again, you can, so this is a raw URL. So you can copy this and open it here. So here we have defined the configuration. So next we will be applying this. So let's copy this. Now this is created. Before finishing up, generate some load on the application with a really simple interaction with the app. So by executing this command, we are generating a load on the application. So let's copy this. So this will run for 2 minutes. Let's wait for 2 minutes for this to complete. So now this is complete. Let's go back. Next, let's observe the app via metrics. In this last section, use gcloud to deploy a custom monitoring dashboard that shows the metrics from this application in a line chart. So here next we are creating a custom dashboard where we can monitor the metrics for our application. So they have already provided this code block. You just have to copy this and execute it on the Cloud Shell. So your gcloud monitoring dashboard create. It will create a dashboard and here -config we are passing this configuration. So these are the configs which we have defining for this dashboard. So we can just copy this in a Cloud Shell, execute it here. So you should get this message created. So now it is created. Let's go back to dashboard here. Here we can type monitoring. So this is the one. Click on monitoring. Under monitoring, click on dashboards. Under dashboard list, click on custom. We have created a custom dashboard. So this is that Prometheus dashboard example. You can click on this. This is where you can see the metrics. So this is under this dashboard, you can see the metrics here. So once this is done, you can click on check my progress. So this is complete now. This was a lab where we enabled the Prometheus metrics on our Kubernetes cluster to monitor the resource. So first we had set up the Kubernetes engine cluster by executing a command, and we created a cluster and we enabled the Prometheus service on that cluster. Then we deployed the sample application. We created a namespace and we have deployed the sample application. Then we had set the metric scrapping and we had enabled the metrics. Later, to visualize this metrics, we created a custom dashboard. So that you can find it here. So under monitoring, there are many dashboards available here. The one which we created is a custom dashboard. So you can create your own customized dashboard as per your project requirement. So in this lab, you learn how to create this basic setup. So once you are done with all the tasks in this lab, you can click on End Lab. So in this lab is how to deploy GKE application with Prometheus metrics and creating a cloud monitoring dashboard. If you found my video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel and stay up to date with the latest content on this channel. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.